Hello the booktube, my name is Daniel. Welcome back to my channel Guilty Feet. Short people got nobody, I've got no rhythm. Not a big participator in month-long events because I tend to just sort of pick things off my TBR and read them as and when, but I noticed it is Shorty September. I've actually read quite a few short books recently, just picked the short ones that were on the Booker long list, so don't have a whole lot of short books to read for September. And usually September is actually a time where I read longer books because I spend a lot of time in synagogues. We've got Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, where I'm spending a lot of time, and I take a book with me, and it's nice when I've got a big chunk of time there to take something big and chunky with me. So I've got thinking of a couple of hefty books to take there, and then also got a couple of big books lined up in October. So I don't have much under 220 pages at the moment, comic books, but I don't think that's what you guys are looking for. Anyway, there's a Shorty September Tag, which I thought I would take a run at because it's an opportunity to mention other short books, some of which I've read, and I want to thank first of all Too Many Heathers, the channel, three channels that are responsible for the event and the tag. It's Too Many Heathers, Karen at Roving Reader, and Marcella at Marcella or Marcella in the margin. Marcella, it's not Marcella. Anyway, Marcella in the margins. So thank you all three of you for doing this. And reading short books is always fun. I don't mind reading a longer book, but it's always a thrill when a book that you're interested in reading turns out to be 160 pages. Okay, so the first prompt is book on your TBR you're most excited about. I assume it means shorty book on your TBR or book or September TBR the most excited about. So I don't have a lot of short books right now on my TBR, and I've got a TBR of 80 plus books, and they just I seem to have whittled through a lot of the shorter ones. So I've got three here, and I don't know if I'm going to read them in September. I've got here Wall Creeper by Nell Zink, which I picked up for 50p in Notting Hill last month. I've got Subluna by Harold Vertman, which is the second in a trilogy. I read the first one. I don't have the third one, and this one is just to give you. I don't know why I bought the first two in this trilogy. This is called Subluna, and it says in the 16th century on the island of Hven, the pioneering Danish astronomer Tycho Brahe is undertaking an elaborate study of the night sky. First one was a bit bonkers and a lot of bodily things going on, and I'll get to this, and that's short. That's like 160 pages or so. And then the other one is this, which I am excited to read. I'm not quite sure when I'll do it, and that's the Dictionary of Fine Distinctions, I should say, by Ellie Bernstein, which just super appealed to me because it's non-fiction and it's just breaking down a lot of fine. So, for example, what is the difference between a parable and a fable, and gives a fairly serious a description of the differences. Lager versus ale. I have no idea what those things are. The difference between 4/4 time and 2/2 time. So I'm hoping, and there's some illustrations here, I'm hoping it will be informative and fun and not just a sort of straightforward breakdown of what these things are, but also sort of metaphorical differences and how they, who knows. But that looks fun. It's the Dictionary of Fine Distinctions, and that comes to, even though it's a nice hardback book, which I bought from eBay, I believe, and the cover price here is $20. I wouldn't have paid anywhere near that. The whole thing is around 180 pages, so looking forward to that. Okay, next one. Fave Shorty September prompt. So I had a look at the prompt. I'm not a prompt person, I'm sorry. I like the fact that people use prompts when they don't know what to read. That doesn't happen to me. I know what I want to read. I know what I'm looking for. I don't pick up books accidentally. Not there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying me as a reader. So something prompted me. Oh, I've got to read a book with a purple cover. It's not really going to do it for me because I'm not. Or even a book with a boat in it. Whatever the prompts are, and I saw that they put together a great big fantastic list of prompts which you could make fit anything. It's not that the prompts are prescriptive and restricting, it's just not really how I operate, so apologies. I'm not going to I don't have an additional prompt. I don't have a suggestion for you, but I want to get to the next part, which is fave shorty books of all time, or fave shorty from past Shorty September. I don't know if I participate or consciously in Shorty September in the past, but I've got a bunch of terrific short books here, which I thought I'd talk to you. I can't talk short books without mentioning Claire Geoghegan's Foster, which I read 3 years ago, and rocketed to one of my favourite reads of all time. And I will go back often and just look at the last page of this, because that's as much as this poor weak heart can take. It's a beautiful, beautiful minimalist work of human kindness. Claire Keegan Foster, highly recommend that. Another book which sort of came and went, I don't know how many people read it, but I'm pleased that I did when I did, because I like this also, and I recommend this to lots of people. Cold Enough for Snow by Jessica, and I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Jessica Au, Jessica Au, Australian maybe, but this was really also sort of, this was minimalist emotionally, very restrained, very self-contained, but also kind of beautiful mother and daughter stuff, quite lovely. I got this little bugger, it's called On Bullshit by Harry G. Frankfurt, which is almost an academic treatise about bullshit, and I picked this up, this is now a while ago, I picked this up in 2008, and it was first published before then by Princeton University Press, published originally in 2005, and it's like a serious look at the concept of bullshit and how it's employed, and in an era now where bullshit has risen to lead the free world. I think this was a timely and worth revisiting, useful book on bullshit. Another one I've got is Andrew Kaufman's All My Friends Are Superheroes. This is barely 100 pages. I guess some people might call that a novella. I call that a short book. And this is in a world where everyone is a superhero. And our hero is in love with a superhero called the Perfectionist. And the Perfectionist has been cursed, or the hero has been cursed that the Perfectionist can't see him, and they were in love, and he's unable to get her to acknowledge his presence, and she misses him, or she doesn't know if she misses him, and the whole book is moving towards a climax where she feels, even though she doesn't remember that there was such a person, that there's something missing, and she's going to leave and start a new life, and she's very melancholy and very sad, and the hero has to try and find a way to break the curse and make the Perfectionist remember who he is. I'm tearing up to think about it. It's just a wonderful, again, a book about warmth and love, and it's short. It's 100 pages. It won't take any more time. But if you read this, you will then start pressing into the hands of everyone you know, because it's kind of marvelous. All My Friends Are Superheroes by Andrew Kaufman. Really love that book. When did I read this? 2013. I read it, and the book first came out in long time ago, 2003. So it's 20 years old. First published in Canada in 2003. So I don't know much about Andrew Kaufman. I've never read anything else by him, but I do love this book, and I must have come to it because someone recommended it to me. All My Friends Are Superheroes, love that. And then the last one, if we were going to recommend shorties, I thought, why not also have another push for Anthony Trollope's The Warden, which is a perfect gateway shorty into Trollope, who not best known for writing short books. And this is the first of the Barchester Chronicles. There are 6 of those, and then there are 6 in the Palliser Tales. I've read both of those sextuplagons. But The Warden was a fantastic entry book. I had never read any Trollope before reading The Warden, and it's under 200 pages and practically perfect in every way. And if you read this, you may want to go on and read Barchester Towers and the rest of the Barchester Chronicles, which then get up to the sort of 700-800 page thing. So I love that, and that's going to be my last shorty recommendation. A book that maybe should have been shorty. Shorty not. I don't think this was ever going to be shorty, but shorter. Carl Knausgaard's The End, which is 1,160 pages. The last of his 6-volume meta biography autofiction opus, My Struggle, the same title used by a young art student in the 1930s. And this book famously includes 400 pages in the middle of it, all about said art student. And quite astonishing. After I'd read 5 volumes and I'm looking forward to this, and I picked up and I read the 6th volume, and I read all 1,160 pages of this, and a genius, but could have been shorter. Okie dokie. This one. This is recommend a book that captures the vibes of this photo, and I'll see if I can do it. I will pause and put up the photo. Okay, recommend a book that captures the vibes of that photo. Well, as soon as I saw that picture, it just reminded me of this book, which is a short book, and that's Ties by Dominic Stone, because it has also two shoes and they're tied together and they're not socks holding hands. And this was an Italian novel. I haven't read anything else by Starnone. I don't know how to. I'm sorry, now I'm just being racist. I don't know how to pronounce Dominic's last name. I'm guessing it's with an Italian accent. I read this because this was long listed for what do you call it? The thing they do every year, the book competition. Anyway, but what I like about this is it's translated from the Italian into English by Jhumpa Lahiri. Now I've read, I think, almost everything that Jhumpa Lahiri has published, and I've also read one of her translated books. So this is written by this gentleman, and I believe, yes, definitely a gentleman. Domenico, not Domenico Starnone. But this was translated in English by Jhumpa Lahiri, and I remember this quite well. And this is also 150 pages. Okay, that's Shorty September. I hope you're all having a great September. I hope your books are short but satisfying, or long and equally satisfying. Whatever floats your boat. Take care. God bless. Bye.